Most women don't even have a clue how incredibly beautiful they are on the inside, how beautiful their hearts are, how beautiful their feelings are, how beautiful their needs are. And this is so important, and it's also so tragic, because when you don't know that, when you don't know that on the deepest level, when you don't feel that, when you don't believe that, then you're going to be getting a reflection of that lack of belief from a man or from men in your love life. So if you don't realize how worthy you are, then you're going to be treated in a way where you're not being shown that you're fully worthy. Right? If you don't realize that you are so deserving of devotion and provision and care, then you're not going to have a masculine man in your life who is giving you that care, who's leading you, who's taking care of you, who's cherishing you long-term, sustainably, who's fully committed to you in marriage to continue just being the best man that he can be for you. Right? This is a reflection of your self-worth. What we receive externally is typically, not 100% of the time, but typically it is a reflection of how we feel about ourselves internally. And so if you want to get a better reflection out there, then you need to focus on shifting how you feel about yourself and believe about yourself in here. And in this video, we're going to talk about why that is and how you can actually go about doing that, because it's one thing for me to say it, it's another thing for you to actually make those shifts. Before we get into it, I'm going to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Zach Grody. I'm here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams, using your feminine energy and what I call feminine communication to inspire a man into cherishing you. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that below. Hit the notification bell and be sure to like this video, because I'm going to make sure it is a fantastic one for you. So, self-worth is such an important topic. And when I'm talking about self-worth, I mean specifically feminine self-worth. You can have masculine self-worth where you kind of identify with your accomplishments and how competent and intelligent and all that kind of stuff you are. But that's not going to help you that much in your love life, and it can actually hurt you as well. Because the more that you're identified with that stuff, it means there is part of you that you have disidentified from. Your softness, your vulnerability, your feelings, your sensitivity, your submissiveness, your little inner girl child that you've got, your innocence. Those are the things that are going to really attract a masculine man and inspire him into taking care of you. And if you're identifying with these, I'm not saying intelligence or competence or masculine traits, but it means that you're going to have difficulty showing your vulnerability and your weakness and your messiness and all of that. So you're cutting yourself off from that, and that's actually showing you that you have low feminine self-worth. You can like yourself, actually, just so you know, you can like yourself and have low feminine self-worth. Liking yourself is more about self-esteem, and self-worth is more about how your behaviors are, what you're basically doing with your behaviors, right? Are you communicating all your needs vulnerably? Are you enabling a man's unhealthy patterns? Are you fawning? Are you doing stuff that's communicating that you don't actually trust a man and value yourself? It's about action, not belief, but the actions are reflecting a deeper belief, and this is what's really important. So if you're not showing up in a really beautiful feminine way, if you're not wearing your heart on your sleeve, if you're not showing all your feelings vulnerably with a man or with men, it probably means, actually it definitely means, that you've got a self-worth issue. You have lower self-worth. And it ultimately stems from a belief that, the biggest belief around this, there's a few, but the biggest is that your feelings and your needs and your sensitivity is yucky. It's not attractive. It's a burden. This is a deep childhood belief that most women have been programmed with because of their parents. The parents do the best they can, but oftentimes it's really not a good job. And they don't give their children the message that their feelings and sensitivity and needs and everything are worthy, because when you were communicating that stuff, you were dismissed or sent to your room or punished in some other kind of way. You weren't met. That's ultimately what it was. You were not fully met. Your parents didn't go on one knee and say, tell me what's going on. What are you feeling? I really care. Give you a hug, help you fully feel the range of your emotions, teach you how to communicate these feelings in a beautiful way. So you didn't get that programming, and so you don't see those things as beautiful. And this is where, just so you realize, one of the things that I do on these videos, all of these videos, I'm giving you information about how to shift, feminine communication, how to be vulnerable, a little bit about, the exact communication and what it looks like, the phrasing, and all the theory and all this stuff. But one of the other things that I'm doing for you is I am telling you, I'm giving you the message over and over again, how beautiful you really are as a woman. It's like all of your control patterns are not who you are, right? You're judging, you're leading, you're questioning, you're fawning. That's not who you are. That is a fear that is compelling you into those patterns to not be who you really are. The real you is so beautiful. It is so attractive. It is so irresistible. It is so inspirational to a good man, to a masculine man. You just don't believe it. So you don't show it. You don't even know how to show it. You don't even, in many cases, don't even know how to be connected to yourself to show it in the first place. And so I will tell you over and over again that you are beautiful, because you need to hear that, and you need to hear it over and over again to really start to believe it. That's also, just to further hammer this point in, it's also why when I do a discovery call with a woman, which by the way, you should definitely join if this resonates for you, and also in my academy program that I invite women into if I decide on the discovery call that we can really help you, it's why I, again, hammer in this point over and over again, and my coaching team in my program also hammers it in, that yes, you just being vulnerable, all of your sensitivity, all of your needs are worthy and beautiful. And that's why we help you practice that over and over again, like learning to permissively ask for what you need or what you want, asking for help with your feelings, sharing your feelings vulnerably, asking for help with your feelings, sharing all of your unmet needs, sharing when you're upset with one of us. That's totally fine as well. It's all beautiful when you know how to communicate in a truly clean and beautiful way. Because just getting that messaging over and over again starts to shift your self-worth and teaches you on the deepest level that yes, you are worthy, that yes, you are lovable, so that you're able to just let go of that masculine shell and all of those control patterns. And one of the biggest things I'm helping women do on these videos and in my academy program is I'm giving you some of the basic tools, and in my academy, intermediate and advanced tools as well, but just the basic ones as well, to learn how to inspire a man to start stepping up for you differently, to start caring for you, so that you can start that positive validation loop, where you can start to get the evidence that yes, my heart is actually beautiful. For example, if you're a woman where pretty much every experience you've ever had, you've tried sharing your feelings, or at least what you thought were feelings, with a man, and he didn't respond very well, it's creating this negative feedback loop over and over where you're getting invalidated, and the belief that's actually getting validated is my feelings aren't beautiful, over and over again. And the more that happens, the harder it is to break out of that cycle. And so when you learn feminine communication, you learn how to actually truly be vulnerable, because most women, when they share feelings, they might think they're being vulnerable, but they're not. You learn how to truly be vulnerable, and then you start getting a much more positive response from a man, right? Just as one example of this, like my wife, one of the biggest issues for her in our journey has been to truly let go of all of those guards and just be fully 100% vulnerable. And when she has done that, I don't even have to try. It's like when she has actually done that, the last time, for example, and she just cried, and she was just crying and sharing really vulnerably about her fear and her not being attractive enough for me and all this kind of stuff, not physically, but more just in other ways, not feminine enough. And I just felt so much compassion. I just went up to her and I hugged her and I just consoled her and told her how much I love her. And I didn't have to think about it, oh, how do I be a man? How do I console her? No, it just all came naturally, the most natural thing in the world for me. And so the message that she now gets is, oh, my feelings are actually beautiful. There's no reason for me to hide these feelings from him, because I'm just going to receive care every time that I do. And prior to us learning about polarity, she'd never been vulnerable with me once in the way that I teach and talk about. She'd share feelings, she'd be blaming me a lot, she'd be judging me a lot, she'd be crying a lot with this anger, energetic penetration, but never truly vulnerable. And now she's increasingly being truly vulnerable, and then it's creating this positive feedback loop where she's getting validated and the message that, yeah, she's worthy, her feelings are beautiful. When she would be sharing feelings but more in this blaming way, and I didn't know how to lead her out of it, she'd be getting the opposite message. So one of the biggest shifts that needs to happen is you learning how to use feminine communication and access some of that vulnerability so that you start getting those positive responses from a man or from men, so that you're getting the message, I'm worthy of being taken care of. My feelings are so beautiful, and it's okay to share them. And then it creates the positive feedback loop, and you just start to feel more and more worthy. Your self-worth comes more and more online. It's less and less scary over time for you to share your feelings. And eventually you can get to a point where it's like, this is just your default state. You wear your heart on your sleeve all the time, be vulnerable, and you're just receiving care and devotion from a man. I would absolutely love to help you make those shifts so that you can experience that like you need and deserve. Keep watching these videos to help you. And if you are ready to really take this to the next level and get this devoted support, go below this video, open up the description, click on relationshipofyourdreams.com and watch the video there, and then book a call with me. And I would love to speak with you because I want to help you get this handled and transform your life. That's it for this one. I'll see you for the next one.